Yeah, my daughter, because this whole, like, Flynn case, please. My daughter is the worship leader at the church, and that's too much. So there's, like, a bunch of gossip on the internet of, like, accusing my daughter of, like, being involved with the husband and stuff, you know, lies. And
my daughters are in the bedroom over there. They're still asleep. Yeah. Sure. You said the 911. Yes.
Okay, there's a new 911 call I want you guys to hear from February 20th, 2026. It is from the mother of Caleb Flynn's alleged church mistress. She called the cops. There was a man and a woman at her door, and it ended up not being who she expected it to be. Now, she speaks very quietly, but you can still hear the level of fear and anxiety in this woman's voice.
Miami County 911.
Yeah, somebody's at my door, and they're not leaving. There's a lot going on right now, and they're just banging and banging on my door.
What's the address?
The doorbell. It's
She is desperately calling 911 on February 20th, 2026. Now, I will not name this woman. I know her name. I edited it out of this 911 audio. Thankfully, she doesn't even say her daughter's name. I'm not going to name her daughter, Caleb Flynn's alleged mistress, whose name is going crazy. And this woman and the alleged mistress have good reasons to be afraid.
You know who it is?
No, it could be like news reporters or something. I don't know, but they're banging on the door. And, you know, like the Flynn case.
In fact, I just read a Facebook comment on a post that, you know, all these posts are on Facebook showing this woman's name, her photo, everything. This person wrote, "Posting the mistress's name is a good way to get her killed. I would not do that." Let's talk about this 911 call I just got yesterday. I wasn't even expecting it. As you know, I'm expecting the body cam videos from when Caleb Flynn was arrested, and when a cop showed up at his home, he claimed his wife, Ashley Flynn, you know, she took 2 shots to the head by some mysterious intruder who broke in their home in Tip City, Ohio. Well, he's been arrested. So let's talk about this 911 call that the alleged mistress's mom made. We want to talk about what the alleged mistress's grandfather wrote on Facebook and much more. Now, social media is going crazy over this case, and unfortunately, people are falling for fake stories, just out and out fake stories about Caleb's purported mistress. So let's go over the fake story first, and then we're going to really pick apart the 911 call that I got. It's only a few minutes long, but I really took my time and I really transcribed it, heard everything. I listened to Caleb's 911 call again. If you don't want to hear my commentary, you can go over there and listen to it on Patreon. But for now, even over there, I redacted their address and the mother's name, alleged mistress's mother's name, because they're doing too much. They're going nuts over this case. I want everyone to stay safe. It's bad enough today is Tuesday, February 24th. Ashley Flynn, she would have turned 38 years old today. So sad. You know, she has beautiful little girls. I believe they are 9 and 11 years old. And the courts are accusing her husband, 39-year-old Caleb Flynn, of taking her life. So at least this is what he claims happened Monday, February 16th, 2026. Caleb claimed, it was 2:31 a.m. and he was with his daughters for some reason. You know, someone broke in, burglared their home, and his wife, Ashley, took 2 shots to the head. You know, she should be here today to celebrate her 38th birthday with her daughters, with her family, with people who love her. Instead, she had this private memorial. They couldn't even stream it or live stream her celebration of life because there's such a heated debate over this case. So Caleb claims someone broke in Monday, February 16th. This has been just over a week ago. All this went down. Now, by Thursday, February 19th, Caleb Flynn was arrested on suspicion of murdering his wife, setting up the scene, changing stuff, pretending. And in fact, I got the raw 911 call Caleb made. I got it myself, and I listened to the end of it, and I boosted it, and I could hear Caleb talking to the cop. It sounds like the police officer says, "Who shot her?" And Caleb is saying, "I don't know." And, he's thinking by that point, I guess the perpetrator's not here. Basically, he doesn't say perpetrator, but you can hear the cops are asking him stuff. Then it sounds like a female voice asks Caleb, or tells him, look at me, I need you to breathe. And he takes on that, okay. Anyway.
I can't look at me. I need you to breathe.
When Caleb got arrested and this case really started bubbling up more national, international attention, these unsubstantiated, rumors started flying that Caleb was having an affair with a 23-year-old woman. Again, I won't ever say her name unless and until, if ever, her name shows up, in court records, in a police report, or if we get interviews or, stuff from the courts. I'm not going to just publish her name and photo based off of internet rumors or speculation. Now, people from the church, some who claim they're from the church, some say absolutely not. There was no way she was having an affair with Caleb. Other people are saying, oh yeah, I did see them together. Even what her grandfather wrote, and we verified it's her grandfather. I won't say his name either, by looking back through what he wrote and all the photos he has with this woman. We'll talk about all of it. There's a lot to go over. But this woman, she's 23, reportedly sang with him on stage, the worship team at church. Some people are saying, oh, that's not true, just because people looked up a YouTube video and they saw them singing together, that's how the rumors got started of an affair. Other people are saying, no, it really was true. Who knows? Somewhere in there, these fake stories began to create even more fiction on top of the rumors. This is what some of these websites have started doing. They've been doing, especially with true crime stories. It's horrible. They should be reported and shut down. They are originating mostly from sites like News 75 Today, which I don't recommend visiting because who knows? If they'll make up stories about a horrific crime case, what won't they do? Could be malware. Who knows what's on these sites? There's other ones I've seen. We'll talk about it. I'll show some of the photos on the screen, whatever does not show this woman's name. They're the ones, I guess people see News 75 Today and they assume it's some valid news site somewhere. Anyway, they're claiming, oh, these leaked critical text messages were sent from Caleb Flynn's device around 12:42 a.m. on Monday, February 16th, so that would have been before the murder most likely, to some undisclosed woman saying stuff like, it's almost done. It's sad. That has not happened. There's no court documents, there's no criminal complaint, there's nothing that says that happened. His text messages have not been released. I mean, investigators are probably still subpoenaing all of them and looking through them and everything, but they are completely making that up. So people think the mistress got a warning, and so that's why all this hate is growing towards her for people who don't, just research a little bit further. See, people, I'm sorry, I'm just angry about this. People get too lazy sometimes to put in a request or do the research, and then they just perpetuate that same lie. And it's not fair. To me, it's not fair to these people. It's causing real life consequences. You'll hear.
My daughter is one of the worship leaders at our church, and so there's a whole bunch of accusations going on the internet about her, and she's been staying with me just out of safety and just fear of being home and stuff, and whoever it is, they just won't leave my door.
Even Google's AI is picking up this fake news, and since there's truth mixed in with the fiction, it makes it look true. People don't know what to distinguish. It talks about Caleb Flynn pleading not guilty to the murder and the other charges following the death of his wife, Ashley Flynn, in Tip City, Ohio. Okay, that part is true. He has entered not guilty pleas. It's out of Tip City, Ohio. He's had his first appearance. But then it picks up on what this fake News75today.com website probably not even in the United States, even though they claim to be. It's saying evidence in the case includes a sealed forensic report and witness testimony alleging financial strain and secret transactions. You know, it's just going on and on. Stuff we don't have the evidence yet. I mean, granted, some stuff can end up leaking out from investigators and become true, but some of these other sites are claiming, oh yeah, we've seen the text messages, it's just totally fake. There's another fake site today, cnews.com, creating a bunch of fake stories, and that fake news continued. I've noticed this pattern. They did it with the Anna Kepner case. All these places that they might take surveillance photos from a different case and then from a cruise case, for example, for the Anna Kepner case. And they pretend like, oh, surveillance footage showed Anna Kepner's stepbrother chasing her down the hallway, when it's obviously not true. They're doing that too with the Caleb Flynn case. They're creating kind of like fake body cam videos, and it's really funny that the lies spread faster than the truth. Some of these videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, and the fake Facebook stories are, surfacing so much. And it's intentional. It's not a mistake. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to use this photo or AI to represent what I'm talking about. No, it's being created along with a created fake story to go along with it. And unfortunately, many people are falling for it, and it's impacting people like this woman.
And they're just banging and ringing the doorbell. I see like a man and a woman. They're not in uniform. They're in jeans.
Okay, are they white, black, Hispanic?
White man,
male,
white
female?
woman. Yeah.
Okay.
So before we listen real quick, I'm going to really break it down. These fake Facebook pages like Trend US Prime, they published on Friday, February 20th. So February 20th is the same day this 911 call was made. It starts amping up online, so it's having real life consequences. Secret affair trial. When Caleb was prosecuted in the Ashley Flynn case, first of all, he hasn't been prosecuted. He just had his first appearance. Court records showed he'd met with the other woman multiple times in the previous month. People who don't follow the case closely, and I guess they just want to scroll by and see a headline, or they want to watch a quick video. People don't care they're being lied to, I guess, or they don't know, and they run with it. It's claiming some hotel receipt was filed as evidence on the exact day that Ashley allegedly discussed divorce. Now, we might end up later, maybe we'll find out there was infidelity. Maybe later we will find out that Ashley discovered an affair. We don't know. We will have to wait for the court to tell us these things, or, someone close to Ashley give an interview or something like that. So on February 21st, that's when I posted to Facebook, look, Caleb did not text, it's almost done, to some woman at 12:42 a.m. You can see all the people just prolifically, proliferating this lie all over the place. And I told people, don't quote News 75 Today in any capacity, in the comments or anyway. All these fake websites, they do it for every crime story, and they're confusing people. Now, some of the other fake ones are claiming Ashley, it doesn't even make sense. One is like, Ashley maintains his story of a break-in. I'm like, Ashley is the woman. She's the victim. They're even mixing up the victim, and they're talking about some sealed forensic reports. So anyway, I just wanted to give that little preamble so you can see why there's so much vitriol against this alleged mistress. Now, it's not even like a mistake that can happen. Of course, we all make mistakes, like the way Court TV misinterpreted the way the Ohio law was written, and it made a lot of people think Ashley must be pregnant because of the way the wording was written. To me, that's a real, true, honest mistake. And, most great publications like Court TV, they'll print a retraction, or they'll, different ones. The ones that are legit will say, an update to the story, a previous version said this or whatever. But this is not what's happening with these fake sites. What we have learned that's real news is that the autopsy won't be released anytime soon, and we need to break down this call. So let's start. I'm going to keep interrupting.
Miami County 911.
Somebody's at my door, and they're not leaving. There's a lot going on right now, and they're just banging on my door.
What's the address?
And the doorbell. It's
So they start off Miami County 911, and yes, Miami is a county in Ohio. The woman is speaking quietly and she's saying, yes, somebody's at my door and they're not leaving. She starts to explain. She's hesitant. She says, there's a lot going on right now and they're just banging and banging on my door and ringing the doorbell, and you could hear them doing this throughout this audio.
You know who it is?
No, it could be like news reporters or something. I don't know, but they're banging on the door. And like the Flynn case.
The 911 operator, a good one this time, is like, what's the address? And do you know who it is? And she's like, no, it could be like news reporters or something. She says, I don't know, but they're banging on the door. But like the Flynn case, so she does hesitate when it comes time to talking about this case, Flynn.
My daughter is one of the worship leaders at our church, and so there's a whole bunch of accusations going on the internet about her, and she's been staying with me just out of safety and just fear of being home and stuff, and whoever it is, they just won't leave my door.
She said, my daughter is one of the worship leaders at our church. And so there's a whole bunch of accusations going on the internet about her. And for those who don't know what this, worship business is, I remember back when I first started going to church when I moved to Ohio, really like in 1996. And my friend, I met her at work. She's like, you want to go to a gospel concert? I'm thinking, I didn't know what that was, but I was like, sure. And I went, and, some churches, they'll have what's called a praise and worship team. And before service and during service or at the wrap-up or different times, they'll sing worship songs. So obviously this woman, her daughter, is part of the worship leaders. I've watched different videos. Caleb has an amazing voice. And even this woman, it's almost like being a star of sorts. There's this one video where it's like Christmas. It's this huge production, a huge church. It's the lighting, it's gorgeousness. But this woman continues. She's talking about her daughter. She says, and she's been staying with me for safety, basically, and just fear of being home and stuff. And I don't blame this. I want to call her a girl. She's 23. I don't really blame this young lady. If you were to see the vitriol out there, because people are triggered and they're believing fake stories and they're thinking, people will just jump. They'll leap in their logic, and I don't understand the leap. When people will say, oh, what? He was having an affair? Oh, is that the girl? Oh, she probably knew everything. She probably helped him. I see this girl saying, the way people are making it seem, it's like she's saying to Nicole Kessinger, hold my beer. It's almost like they're like, hold my beer, Nicole Kessinger, I'm the next you. So this girl, I'm not likening her to Nicole Kessinger or anything. We don't know anything about her. She has to stay with her mom. Again, I won't say where. I just want them to be safe. And the mom says, okay, and whoever it is, they just won't leave my door. So this mom is terrified. These people, obviously, they're hiding. I think the girl is there because you will hear the mom say something to someone else, and you're going to hear dogs barking, but you hear her talking to someone else. And at the end of the call, it sounds like a female voice. So she's like in mama bear mode. Her daughter, even though she's 23, was out on her own, apparently living on her own or whatever, came home to be with her mom like she's afraid. Look, this gossip on the internet, I don't blame her. She doesn't want to be alone. The mom is like, whoever it is, they won't leave my door. She's calling 911 like, look, my daughter's here. She's afraid. She's so afraid. She's staying with me. All this crazy stuff going on the internet. Now there's people literally at my front door.
And they're just banging and ringing the doorbell. I see like a man and a woman. They're not in uniform. They're in jeans.
Okay, are they white, black,
Yes,
Hispanic?
white man,
male and
white woman.
female?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she says, and they're just banging and ringing the doorbell. I see like a man and a woman. She said they're not in uniform. They're in jeans. So she's like, okay, these people don't have police uniforms on. They're wearing jeans. So the dispatch operator is getting to it, getting the info, just the facts, ma'am, Okay, are they white, black, Hispanic? And she says, yes, white. White man, white woman. You hear the doorbell sounding too. It can be a little ominous because you're like, okay.
Yeah, they just can't stop.
How long have they been there?
For like 5 minutes. This has been going on. No one stays that long and just keeps ringing and knocking. Please, guys, go to the bedroom.
She's afraid. There's all these lies. There's all these crazy people who will read a story online, believe it, not even check out the source if it's reputable, and run with it. You know, she's probably thinking, is it some of those people coming to avenge, Ashley at my door and harm my daughter? What? She said, they just won't stop. The operator asks, how long have they been there? She goes, for like 5 minutes this has been going on. The dog is barking. So just imagine someone's at your door. All of a sudden your daughter has become the center of this big crime case. She's not even charged with anything. I haven't seen anything saying she was an accessory to this crime or anything as of today, Tuesday, February 24th. So then the mom is like, look, my daughter's here basically coming home for protection, and someone's standing out there for 5 minutes long and won't leave. We won't answer and they won't leave. She says no one stays that long and just keeps ringing and knocking. That's when you hear her say, please guys, go to the bedroom. Is she speaking with the alleged mistress and any siblings? Like, guys, just get out of here. Stop, being in here and peeking with me. Just let me stay out here. You guys go hide.
And you don't recognize who they are?
I'm sorry?
You don't recognize them?
No, I don't recognize them at all. I would check my Ring doorbell.
Okay. What is your name?
Plunder, True Crime Audio.
And the reporters have been like at our church and stuff like that too. So it could be. No. Come on.
What's your phone number, ma'am?
Plunder, True Crime Audio.
Did you see what kind of vehicle they came in?
No, I looked at my other camera that had another angle, and I don't even see a car out there.
Okay.
But everyone's just been so nervous and on edge.
Okay. And you said there's someone that goes to that church staying with you, and that's why you think they're there?
The dispatcher says, and you don't recognize who they are? And the woman's like, I'm sorry. And she says, you don't recognize them? No, I don't recognize them at all. So these are people she doesn't know. She said, I checked my Ring doorbell. So they're asking her, okay, what's your name? And of course, I've cut that part out. And this is where the woman says, and the reporters have been at our church and stuff like that too. So I'm sure it could be. And then she cuts herself off. She's like, no, come on. She's talking to someone, perhaps the alleged mistress, I don't know if someone was trying to approach the door or the window, or they were going to walk out. Was it the alleged mistress, her daughter? Was she going to just answer the door? And like a true mama bear would say, no, don't even go. You don't even know who that is. They're asking, what's your phone number, ma'am? So I redacted that. Did you see what kind of vehicle they came in? Who are these people? And she said, no, I looked at my other camera that had another angle, and I don't even see a car out there. So that's kind of weird too. I don't know what kind of street this woman lives on, or if it's, busy or a little quiet. At first I was thinking like a cul-de-sac, but that's where Caleb and Ashley lived, right? It's weird if this woman's checking her Ring cameras and she's like, I don't even see these people's car. What, did they walk to my house? So I'm sure she's on edge. But she does say that. But everyone thinks they're nervous and on edge. So she won't say I'm very nervous and on edge because of this case, the alleged personal connection. She's like, everyone basically in this town in Ohio, this city, is nervous and on edge. The dispatcher says, okay, you said there's someone that goes to that church staying with you, and that's why you think they're there? So this is the point where she's kind of forced to explain exactly who she is, because it's kind of wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, my daughter, because this whole Flynn case, please. My daughter is the worship leader at the church, and that's too much. So there's a bunch of gossip on the internet of accusing my daughter of being involved with the husband and stuff, lies. And
the woman says, yeah, my daughter, and she hesitates because of this whole Flynn case. And then you hear knocking and she's like, please. It's like she's asking for help. She said, okay, my daughter is the worship leader at church. And she's just like, that's too much. And so she's getting distracted, I believe, by the people still knocking and ringing. This is when she gets down to the crux of it. There's like a bunch of gossip on the internet accusing my daughter of being involved with the husband and stuff. You know, lies. So that's basically as specific as she gets at this point. She calls it gossip on the internet accusing my daughter of being involved with the husband and stuff. You know, lies. Now, this mom is saying lies. She doesn't say specifically what's a lie. We don't know if she's been told, Mom, I'm not involved with him at all. We just sing together. And if that's actually the truth, it kind of conflicts with what the grandfather is going to say, what he wrote on Facebook. We'll read that. Or is she referencing these out and out lies, all these fake websites? I mean, it's got to drive police nuts too. Anyway, all these fake websites that are saying, oh yeah, the daughter got text messages, basically. The mistress, she got text messages. She knew what was going to happen. They're saying every single thing. This is the new thing. Just like that Judge Faith and her husband, Kenny Lattimore, is it? I love him. They, both of them, married. They were subject to all these lies about their marriage and everything. I posted it on my community page. They ended up finding out who the person was who created those lies, and you know, they got a judge to subpoena all this stuff, and hopefully a lawsuit is coming or something, because people think, oh, it's no effect. You know, oh, this new Caleb Flynn case is hot. Oh, they're saying there might be a mistress. Okay, let me make up all these lies about her without even realizing they're real people involved.
So you think they're there to interview her?
Yeah, probably, maybe, I'm not sure, but she's so afraid, and that's why she's staying at my house right now, just because of all this gossip online.
Right.
And these people are still at the door, just standing there.
Okay. Hold on for me just 1 second. I'm going to mute you for just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, one of the officers just said that he's out there. Do you see him?
No, okay. Take that back in there. All right. Yeah,
okay, yeah, it's going to be the police department.
So is it the police department that's
yeah.
at the door? Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So the dispatcher says, so you think they're there to interview her? And the mom says, yeah, probably, maybe, I'm not sure. She says she's so afraid. That's why she's staying at my house, just because of all this gossip online. So she doesn't get into the specifics of the gossip, but she obviously just wants help. She doesn't know who these people are at her door. She's trying to protect her daughter, her whole household, whoever lives there. I don't know how many children she has. And she says, and these people are still at the door, just standing there. So that would be kind of unnerving to me if someone was standing at your door for 5 minutes. They're not in uniform. You don't see their car. You know there's all these lies out there about your daughter. What do? I know some people on my Nextdoor app, they're always talking about what they would do. I'm like, whoa, that's a bit much. Anyway, now the dispatcher says, okay, hold on for me just 1 second. You can hear the doorbell ringing still in the audio. Someone's knocking. The dispatcher tells her, I'm going to mute you for just 1 second, okay? So the dispatcher's like, let me mute this lady. I've got to get additional info. The woman says, okay, you can still hear the dog barking, so we can still hear this side of the house. We don't hear the dispatcher for a few seconds. The dispatcher comes right back and she says, okay, one of the officers just said that he's out there. Do you see him? It really is an officer. She goes, no, okay, and there's unintelligible, something, get back in there maybe, and you hear a different female voice in the background.
Okay.
Okay, one of the officers just said that he's out there. Do you see him?
No, okay. Take that back in there. All right.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's going to be the police department.
So is it the police department that's
yeah.
at the door? Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
I'll probably play that part more than once. Maybe I'll boost it where I can.
Okay.
Okay, one of the officers just said that he's out there. Do you see him?
No, okay. Take that back in there. All right.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be the police department.
So is it the police department that's
Yeah.
the door? Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Maybe that is the alleged mistress, because you hear like a female voice. So she's talking to someone. I don't know if the mom is saying, just go back there, still stay away, still don't get interviewed. I mean, I hope this woman, this mistress, has a lawyer by now. This was 4 days ago this happened. The dispatcher says, yeah, it's going to be the police department. The woman says, oh, is that the police department that's knocking on the door? Thank you, bye. That's where it ends. It's just a few minutes long. I didn't even expect it. I was putting in public records. What I was really putting in were public records requests for basically these main 3 people's names that I know so far: Caleb Flynn, Ashley Flynn, the alleged mistress. I wanted to know, okay, at the Flynn household, have there been calls, domestic calls, or, other stuff before this tragedy? I was looking for a history of, incidents happening. So far, they told me, please note, all audio files are purged on a rolling 90-day process for the Miami County Communications Center. So if there were any 911 calls, 90 days ago or more, then they've been deleted. In terms of incidents, I hope I can still get those, at least just the report, so we can see what led up to this. If Caleb, which many people believe, he really did shoot his wife, what's the history? And of course, since this woman's name is being, put everywhere, I wanted to get a history. I wanted to see actual evidence. For example, was there ever evidence of this 23-year-old whose rumors claiming unsubstantiated? Some people are like, no, she's the one who's pregnant. I don't know that to be true, until she comes out or evidence comes out. I don't know that. This is why I was doing it. I was looking for evidence, like at her home, the 23-year-old, has there ever been any interactions or incidents with Caleb or something coming to her home, or fights or anything like that? I didn't get that. I got this 911 call. So it was the cops. It was not the media nor the maddening crowd. And that led me to believe, okay, what happened after they, came inside? Did the police interview her? Or also, are they being proactive and being protective? All of the above. I did request more information about this incident. I want to see the interview, of course, if there was one. Or were they squirreling her away or secreting her away? Did they see all the vitriol and fake news online and know, okay, this is really endangering this 23-year-old. Let's talk to her. Let's see what she knows. Does she know anything? What's going on? So that's where that call ends. But let's talk about what the grandpa posted on Facebook. So the alleged mistress's grandfather responded to this fake news post. So another thing they've been posting about fake news: Caleb Flynn, girlfriend of Christian Life Center, tragically passes away. So a lot of people are, they have no originality. They create these lies, and then you see people copying off of them. Oh, she's dead now. Oh, she took her life. Oh, she did this, she did that. Very sad. I hope she doesn't. I hear this woman, allegedly 23-year-old, is very upset over what happened to Ashley, the tragedy. So we can't jump to conclusions just because of fake news. I think some people want to believe fake news. Maybe there's a woman out there and maybe her husband did cheat on her and had a young mistress or something. And so this mistress represents everything that woman hates. And so, I've seen people do this where I'm not going to wait for evidence. Yeah, I'm just going to jump on the hate train and start hating on this 23-year-old, which is, to me, also horrible, especially for older women to do. Like us 50-somethings, I just can't believe people would do this to like a younger girl who could be our daughter's age. And I'm thinking, especially in the Bible, the way like the older women are supposed to train the younger women, you're supposed to, have a certain rapport. Let's talk about what her grandfather wrote. Okay, her grandfather did not write, lies, these are all lies. He wrote, I am her grandfather. She could never do anything like this unless she was manipulated. So he's not being specific, because the post he's replying to says she tragically passed away. He didn't say, no, she's alive, or, I get it. He's trying to probably not give too many details, but I don't know what he knows. But he's saying she could never do anything like this unless she was manipulated. By like this, I'm thinking, in the rest of the context, I'm thinking he's talking about she could not have an affair with a married man unless she was manipulated. Now he says she was promised heaven by someone who could do something so horrible. That got my mind thinking. She was promised heaven by someone who could do something so horrible. What was this heaven she was promised? And I have my thoughts about this. He wrote, I'm blown away on how someone could do this to a young girl that believed in something that overpowered her morals and values. He wrote she was sadly led astray. So I won't name him either, but I did, follow the rabbit trail. He indeed looks like he's the grandfather of this young woman because he has photos and, pictures of her younger and everything. You follow the trail. I believe him. I think the grandfather is trying to grapple with, did she really have an affair with Caleb? And I understand why he's saying she was promised heaven by someone who could do something so horrible. I mean, look at Caleb and Ashley. Obviously, I'm just going to say Caleb looks like this manipulative, wolf in sheep's clothing, all the worst things you imagine about, this person purporting to be a Christian and purporting to be loving. You can kind of see it. But back in the day, people who were saying they knew Caleb and Ashley, they thought he really loved her and they thought he was a great person. I don't know, did he get a taste of fame when he was able to try out for American Idol and he didn't make it? So after that, did he have stars in his eyes? And was he like, okay, I've got to just come back home. I can be more of a big fish in a small pond. I didn't make it in Hollywood. I'm not famous, but, I have a great singing voice. And, people do this. I don't know if he really believed in God or not, or I don't know. Was it a means to an end? He was at a different church. Rumors claim he was kind of potentially had an affair at a different church. I don't know if that's true. Stuff is being scrubbed and stuff, but he was in South Carolina and eventually they came to Ohio. He was there. He has a beautiful voice. He was on that stage. He was singing. He's about to turn 40 soon this year. The midlife crisis, did it come upon him? He's around these gorgeous women. Did he lie to the 23-year-old? People are looking for photos of him not wearing a ring because they said he stopped wearing his ring. That's rumors, again, not substantiated. But by the grandfather saying stuff like, she was promised heaven, I'm blown away how someone could do this to this young girl, believed in something that overpowered her morals and values. It happens. I've seen it happen before in church, especially, in any ministry, I'm sure, but especially in, people singing together right on stage, and you learn later they're having an affair. And the one instance I'm thinking of, it did come out. Thank God no one died, but there was, a lot of hurt feelings, confessions. And what they usually do is different churches operate differently. If it would have come out without a murder or homicide happening here, if it would have come out that an affair was happening, different churches tend to what they call sit people down, or, you have to get out of ministry 90 days until or whenever. And it's like, repent and go confess or go whatever, go get counseling, or if they get a divorce, oh well. Did Caleb manipulate this young 23-year-old? Did he lie to her and say, it's the age-old story. Oh, my wife and I, we're getting divorced. It's okay, don't tell anyone about us yet, but, we're separating soon and you'll end up being my wife and we can go off and have this fabulous singing ministry and be together. And is that the type of heaven Caleb, if he had an affair with her at all, was selling this young woman? We don't know. Her grandpa says she was led astray. I can see, a 40-year-old man, 23-year-old, some people are like, oh no, she knew what she was doing. She knew he was married. I'm sure she likely knew he was married, but the question is, what did he tell her? If there was any affair at all, what did he tell her behind the scenes? Was he lying to her? I mean, I believe he's a liar. I believe he's very dangerous. Listen to his 911 call. I'll play it again probably at the end so you can hear that part that I didn't hear at the end before until I boosted it. He's a liar. If it's true that he did this to the mother of his children, if this man could be so manipulative to shoot the mother of his children, his wife of nearly 16 years, in cold blood, and literally take away the wife, the mother, take away the mother from her 2 girls. I mean, what wouldn't he do? You know what I mean? Of course he would manipulate everyone around him. I just cannot even imagine. I mean, like that type of logic does not even sit with me. I mean, you guys know I'm a Christian, but I've told you about my previous divorce. I pray I never have to go through another one, but I tell you what, I'm not gonna kill anybody some people are so, their mask is everything. And that's what I feel. Some people, they just always say, why not just get divorced? It's so easy. And it's true, I believe it. Like, why not? If Caleb was indeed seeing a younger woman, if he wanted to go be with her, I mean, I've been telling everybody about this case, talking to my doctor about it the other day when I filmed that video in my car. Fine. I mean, it's not right, but fine. If he was having an affair, he wanted to go off with this 23-year-old, go, just go get the divorce. Who cares if you lose your status and your position and your image and everything you think you have? Go do that instead of taking away a woman's life. Like, I just can't believe it. It's crazy to think that logically someone would say, yeah, this is a good idea. And another thing people are saying too, that Davy case, I think it's Davy Blackburn. What was he out of? Which city? You guys know, I believe Davy Blackburn recently had come to their church. Now, if you don't know, he was the guy who lost his wife. Intruders killed his wife. Very controversial case, but I think Davy is likely innocent. He was never charged that I know of. They found these 3 guys who had been breaking into other homes. They broke into Davy's home, killed his pregnant wife. Some people are like, oh, Caleb's just like him. I don't think Caleb's just like Davy, because in Davy's case, I feel like, okay, people think they see weird things that have happened in that case. Some people still give him the side eye because of the way he operates. But, I've listened to him and I don't know. I don't think he harmed his wife, because to me, if he would have, people are like, oh, the 3 guys who got arrested, for killing her and horrible things they did to her, to me, they would have flipped on him in an instant if he had really put them up to killing her. And they never did that. So it doesn't make logical sense to me. And listening to Davy, and he does these tours, and, he heard this song in the hospital. His wife was pregnant at the time, and, he heard this song, Nothing Wasted. So people are like, oh, he was tweeting nothing wasted all through her funeral. That's because he had heard this song. He believed it came straight from God. He wanted to put on worship music. They do say Christians, we're called peculiar people. Some people don't always understand us. Okay, that doesn't make Davy a murderer, However, I have been asking myself, did Caleb see Davy's plight? And did he say, oh, that's what I want to be? Now, Davy, very well, innocent man, never charged with his wife's murder. He's free. He has a great ministry. He's written books, all that. He's remarried. Just because he's not sobbing in every interview, this Davy guy, people think he's not emotional enough. They think it's all these weird anomalies with his case. Whatever, that man, as far as I can tell, is innocent. Only God knows, okay? But what I'm saying is, did Caleb become aware of Davy's story? Was Caleb having problems in his marriage with Ashley and wanted to go off with this young girl? But he's like, oh no, there's no way I'm going to lose my status and my attention and my center stage and everything, this and, my position in the church. Did he hear Davy's story and say, you know what? Look at all the attention this guy's getting. Look at all the sympathy he's gotten as a widower. Why don't I pretend that someone broke in our house and, I shoot Ashley, and then I'll be the sad widower. I'll be so sad. And then maybe a year or 2 down the road, I'll marry this, now 23-year-old. I'll wait till she's 25. Or is this what he had in his mind if he's guilty of this? Everyone's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So Caleb will show back up in court Thursday. So we're waiting for him to make his next appearance, I guess, Thursday. According to this one reporter, there will be no media allowed in there, but there should be video. Hopefully we will get that to see what happens next. And when I got the incident report, I saw 20 officers responded. So naturally, I expected 20 body cam videos to show up this week. But according to this new report, the woman, I gotta find her, who is she? With Dayton 24/7, this news reporter is saying she spoke with the Tip City police chief, I guess, and he's saying there will be at least five body cam videos are coming as soon as police finish redacting them. I hope they can still get them done this week. I've been asking questions and haven't heard back about the process, but I do have my, request in. They told me they'd come this week. I don't know why at least 5 instead of 20. Did all officers, maybe not all of the body cams were enacted, turned on? And are they giving us just the first 5 responding officers or the 5 most integral, important officers? Who knows? I hope we get some body cam videos. So we'll see what happens more with this case, but I just had to put this out here because, oh my goodness, that 911 call, and mainly, I guess we can just expect this to happen with true crime cases. People, for some reason, like YouTube doesn't shut them down. That part pisses me off too. Like, they will close down someone who strives, YouTubers who strive to get the actual court documents. They, like the docket, let me get to the truth. He's great at getting documents. Let me do all this to find the truth. They will no sooner shut down someone like that on YouTube. Thank God he's other places too. Substack, Facebook, everywhere. But they'll shut someone like that down, but then they allow, all these YouTube videos about this fake news about the mistress. Sure. All these websites that are real, just janky, making up lies intentionally. It's one thing, we all make mistakes. Oops, a blunder here and there. I get it. It's a lot of facts being thrown around. But these people, they're not even trying to get to the truth. They're not taking the time it takes to put in all these public records requests and purchasing case evidence, buying body cam video if you have to buy it. They're not doing all that. They're like, okay, let's just see what's the next case. And what would be a great twist? What if we say this? There would be nothing wrong with that if they create an entirely different, if they want to go into the world of fiction, just do it. If they want to create some movie, based on a similar case, to me, it's like, don't just take this real 23-year-old and start accusing her of stuff. Like that family, whoever this family is, you really should file every single privacy complaint you can find. Let me tell you, on Facebook, on YouTube, that is showing your daughter's picture. I'm speaking mom to mom now. Showing your daughter's picture, showing her name, accusing her of getting text messages saying it's almost done at 12:42 a.m. Get your lawyer on it. Shut these places down. Because I'm sorry, what if those weren't 2 policemen at her door? What if it was some obsessed, crazy true crime fan, or someone who's not even a true crime fan? They just hear about it and they think, this mistress, she was probably in on it. She probably helped kill Ashley. People just start, snowballing. They just start making up stuff in their head. What if it was someone truly at her door there to harm her? Anyway, I'm glad this mom was proactive enough to call 911. Now just take it a step further, get all the fake sites down. Get them down. They are lying on you. Sue them. Just like Rebecca Schofield. Hopefully she's about to get paid $1 million something going up against this TikToker who kept blaming her for the Idaho 4 murders, even after Brian Kohberger was arrested. Some people, it's a game to them. It's a game about, how can I get 1 billion views on TikTok or YouTube? I know I will make up complete lies, and I know there's enough crazy people out there to believe me. won't look into it, and they'll keep running with it, and they'll keep amping it up. And now that case, I got to see what's happening with that case. I read a motion where Ashley was trying to say, the TikToker, she was trying to say, oh, her wanting this $1.something million settlement is wrong or whatever. It's too late. I'm sorry. People should think about this. Like, this is a responsibility, me getting on here. Any kind of views I get, like, I feel responsible. That's why I take the time to go through and drop out the name and drop out the address or the phone number of this woman calling, because I know it's crazy sick people out there who will hear it and go over to her house and Lord knows what. I mean, my goodness. I'm going to end my rant there. Isaiah 33:22. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king. It is he who will save us. So thank you, Lord, for saving us. I mean, some people think it's bad enough for any of us to report on true crime. Like some person who was like, she was weird, messaging me on Facebook. She's all blocked, but she's like, your last video, it was gossipy, and what kind of Christian are you? And I'm like, what kind of Christian are you? Like, inboxing crime reporters like this, whoever that person was. She, of course, they're never under their real name and real photo. I'm like, you need to go after those people who are just making up complete crap. Don't come at someone like me who's trying to get to the truth, who's trying to be fair, who understands in the United States we have due process. You can't even say innocent until proven guilty. Everyone is in the United States. When you say that, some people think, oh, you're on the murderer side. No, it's just the law of the land. Anyway, these cases, some of this fake news, may they be shut down. Hopefully, as they get wiser and think they can, create all these crazy stories, mislead people, hopefully the victims of these stories also get wiser and put through privacy violations and strike all they can, everyone publishing this young woman's photo, because she has not been accused of anything. She has not been implicated of anything. She has not been arrested like Caleb. Nothing official. You're just dealing with people, some of them probably don't even live in this country, and they're like, ha ha, we're getting over on those Americans who will believe any crap we post on Facebook, and they'll just share it far and wide because they're busy and they're too busy to check or even care. Anyway, that's my rant. I'm going to get back to the case of Corey Richens, and I'm glad at least a lot of people are looking into that trial. It's somewhat boring. Yesterday was fascinating. Monday was fascinating, but I also noticed too, since the victim is a male, Eric Richens, sometimes there's not the attention that other cases get. Sometimes if it's like a male, I've noticed, or, a minority, it might not get the same attention. But I still cover all different types of cases because, these victims deserve our attention and the correct attention. So thank you so much for watching this rant. Stay tuned. I'm checking my inbox. We'll see when we get these body cam videos. In the Caleb Flynn case, we'll cover many more cases. Take care.
Oh my God.
Miami County 911.
Oh my! Somebody broke into my home. Somebody broke into my home and shot my wife.
Are they still in there?
I don't know.
Okay, what's the address?
New County Ham Court, Pitt City, Ohio. Please hurry. Please hurry.
Okay. What are you seeing?
My wife she's got 2 shots to her head. There's blood everywhere. Oh my God. Sir, please.
Ma'am, I need you to take a deep breath, okay? Do you still see anybody in the house?
No, the door to the garage was wide open. Please hurry, please. Oh my God. My daughters are here. My daughters are here.
Where's she at?
She's in the bed.
Are you with her?
Yeah, I am in the room. I'm looking at her. Yes, please.
Okay, do you guys have the door locked?
We have the doors to the garage locked, but into the house, yes. Please. Oh my God. Please.
Where's that room at in the house? My partner's getting them dispatched, okay? But I need you to answer my questions so I can get you help as fast as I can, okay?
What question?
Where are you guys at in the house?
I'm in the bedroom with her right now.
Okay.
My daughters are in their room.
So you are not with the children?
I was with the children when it happened.
Okay, but you're not with them now?
No, they're in their room. They're not even awake. Oh my God. Sir, please, please, please.
They are heading that way, okay? I need you to take a deep breath for me.
I think she's...
Are you hearing anything?
No, I've rubbed her leg and said her name. She's not answering.
Okay. Your daughter's not answering you?
I'm sorry. No. Hold on. I'm putting on her shirt. What'd you say?
Your daughter's not answering you?
No, they're across the room.
Okay.
In their room.
Okay. Are you hearing any kind of noise inside the house?
No, her face is, oh sir, her face is white as a ghost, please.
Okay, whose face?
My wife's face.
Your wife's face?
The one who was shot.
She was what?
Shot, I said.
Okay, where was she shot at?
In the head. I hope there's blood everywhere.
Okay, is she breathing?
I don't think so. Ashley, baby, please. Oh my God, no, she's not.
Okay, she's not responding to you?
No. Oh my God.
Okay, do you see anybody in the house now?
No, it's pitch black and the doors are locked. The door leading to the garage door was wide open when I ran in there.
Okay, do you see any kind of vehicles?
No. Wait, no, the door, there's a side door in our garage door that's open by the, oh my God.
Okay, I need you to just take a deep breath for me, okay? They're getting to you as quick as they can. Is that door still open?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What do I do?
Is she breathing at all?
I don't think so. There's 2 shots to her head.
Okay. If you are comfortable, I want you to go and find a cloth, and I want you to put a cloth on that gunshot wound, okay?
Like a towel?
Yes, like a towel, but do not apply direct pressure to it. Just put it on that blood wound, okay?
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my, okay.
I need you to just take a deep breath for me, okay?
Okay.
Just get that cloth, and I want you to put it on that wound, but don't apply direct pressure to it, okay? They're coming to you as quick as they can, okay?
I just laid it on her head.
Okay. Where are the juveniles? Are they okay? Have you checked on them?
I haven't checked on them.
Okay. Can you go check on the juveniles for me?
The police is here.
Okay. Can you go check on the juveniles for me?
Wait, the cops just pulled over. They just left.
Okay. I need you to go check on the juveniles for me, okay?
They're still sleeping.
Okay, you still see them breathing? You don't see any wounds on them?
No. The cop just pulled away. Sir. The cop is here.
Okay, I want you to... Okay, open the door for him so he can get into her, okay?
Okay, he's coming to me. Sir, please, What? I don't know. The door to the garage door was wide open. I'm her husband. No, I don't think so. You put the dog someplace? Yes. Give me somebody to put a cloth over her head. Okay.
Hey, ma'am, do you still have me on the phone here?
It's wide open.
Okay.
And I went to, and then there's a door all the way to the right. That one's open. Behind it. Oh my God. Yes. Bring it. I'm over there is still asleep? Yeah, sure. Have you checked them? The 911, yes. No, every door. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm 16 months ago. She's honest, okay? I can't look at him. And he's going to go. I don't want much. You're going to come about it. I can't.